What's going on YouTube? Mike here with I Heart Knives, and in this video we're going to be doing a minimalist leather wallet, and it's basically a double slot card holder. The template that I'm using came from Amazon. You can find them all over the internet though. You can get them from Amazon, you can get them from professional leather workers who make templates and then make them available for you guys. I've bought actually my giveaway to Patty, when I did the giveaway and then picked the winner, Patty won it, Patty's Potato Peelers. That wallet that I did came from Make Supply, and that was his bifold wallet, or yeah, I think bifold wallet is what he called it, vertical bifold wallet. But you can find billfold wallets, you can get minimalist card holders. There's literally hundreds of designs. This happens to be a minimalist type leather wallet. I know those are really popular. The type of leather I'm going to be using is Horween Chromexcel. That happens to be a good leather for these type projects. So after I draw out the template onto the leather, I cut my pieces out, and then I mark where I need to stitch them, and I use stitching chisels to mark the holes, and then I use contact cement, and the contact cement that I use happens to be weldwood contact cement. And then after I put the contact cement on the leather, I let it dry, and then once it's dry, I'll go ahead and stick it down. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and use gum track camp, and the one that I'm using is Toconol, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's high quality. So I'll go ahead and round over the edges with an edge beveler. I'll light sand them, and then put the gum tragacanth on, and then burnish with a wood burnishing tool. And then I put edge coat, which is basically just paint, but it's an edge paint. And then I go ahead and apply glue to the pocket piece, and then I go ahead and stick it down. I go ahead and hit the pieces with a mallet just to press out any glue and make the bond secure. And I'll go ahead and take basically like a compass. It just makes a line. So I have they're called wing dividers. I marked a line on the leather. I use about a 3/16 of an inch line, and then I go ahead and put my chisel on there. Go ahead and hit the holes through, and that marks out the holes that I need. Then here I show you the grip tilion. I cut the thread, and then wax the thread with beeswax, put it through the needle hole, the eye of the needle, and then I wrap it around one time, put the needle through the thread, and then that'll secure it. And then I'm just using a standard saddle stitch, which is basically taking both needles and going through the same hole. So I'll go from hole 1 to hole 2 with one needle, and then from 1 to 2 with the other needle, so they keep crossing paths. And then when you pull them tight, they work against each other. And then I just do that through the whole time, and then cut it, burn it with a flame, and that'll melt it, keep it where it needs to be. And then you can see me marking out the second piece that's going to go over there, over the first one, and I go ahead and scratch it with an X-Acto knife. Go ahead and glue it, but first I have to glue the first pocket in place, but I'll glue where my second pocket needs to go at the same time, so it all dries at once. And here I'm gluing the pocket, and usually weldwood will dry in about 5 minutes, maybe 10 if it's like humid in your house or something, but given that it's winter and it's dry with the heat, and the stuff dries pretty quick. Go ahead and use my mallet to hit it down, and then stick my second piece in. And obviously this is all sped up considerably, between 4 and 8 times the real speed. This whole project took me just about an hour. Actually, I watched the second half of The Irishman, which is a fantastic movie for anybody who likes Martin Scorsese or mafia type movies. The Irishman was really, really good. It's the story about Jimmy Hoffa, Martin Scorsese's take on it. But go ahead and mark with the wing divider again for my stitch line. Now I did stitch, I have to let you guys know, I did stitch incorrectly. I didn't pay close attention to the template, and given that the template comes from China, they don't tell you what you're supposed to do, but I ended up stitching in the wrong places, so I ended up having to cut stitches out. Now I was able to go back after and after I pulled the stitches and re-stitch in the correct places, but at this point I had stitched in the wrong place, and you can see on my cutting board I have a bunch of cutout threads, and I just skipped through it because I didn't want to show you guys that, where I screwed up, because I didn't want you guys to copy that, so I'm showing how I did it correctly. And while that glue is drying, I took some gum trag and I'm just burnishing the inside of that pocket, because the underside of the leather was a little furry, and that gum trag will take care of it and smooth it out so that bills will go in and out easily, and cards, if you decide to put a card in that middle pocket, will come out easily too. And then I go ahead and mark it again, poke holes with the stitching chisels, and then go ahead and thread back through. And I don't show you guys all of my stitching, obviously, because it just takes up so much time. And here I'm showing you my edge beveler, and just go ahead and edge bevel those two sides, and then the front side as well. And obviously you don't bevel the back side, because it's a fold of the leather, because it's all it's all in one piece. If it was two separate pieces, then you would, but this is one piece of leather that just got folded over, and just burnishing that. And after I burnish it, I'll go ahead and edge coat it again, and I used black edge coat, Thieving black edge coat. And once I edge coat it and light sand in between coats and then reapply, I'll do that about 2 or 3 times, and you're left with a pretty nice finish. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video on how I made the minimalist card holder. I have a couple other pieces that I didn't film them, but I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon. I just haven't decided what number to do the giveaway on, if I'm going to do 400 or 500, but I have some pieces. I've been doing a lot of leather work lately. So it's 2 cards that you can put, 2 slots. You can put 2 cards in each slot, so you can still fit 4 cards easily, and then whatever in the middle. You can put bills or cards. But if you guys have any questions about this video or leather work in general, just email me or leave them in the comments. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and again, if you have any questions, email me at iheartknives@yahoo.com, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.